Time to talk about the AFC West with Troy Aikman. I'm Tom Vandervoort. Peyton Manning, Denver Broncos. Given what they did last year, you add Peyton Manning to the mix. That's a lot to like in Denver.
A lot to like, yeah, and a lot of people do like him, and I do too. That team last year, you know, not to temper enthusiasm, but that team last year was probably realistically a 5 or 6 win team. You know, I mean, when you look at it as to how they won some of the games that they won. But having said that, the defense has been good. They've got a running game, and now you bring Peyton Manning in. And when we were going through the Peyton Manning sweepstakes, whoever landed Peyton was immediately then going to become a Super Bowl contender. I mean, we saw last year what his absence in Indianapolis meant.
It's an amazing thing,
yeah.
really.
And he's, you know, I've had a chance to visit with Peyton. There's been a lot of talk as to, okay, how's he going to handle getting hit? You know, do you worry about that? Of course, now we're into the preseason. He's been hit. I don't think getting hit, you know, outside of any other quarterback getting hit is going to be a factor. I mean, it's really about strength in his arm, and that's what kept him from playing last year. But I expect him to have a great year. He's always had a great years. I don't think this year is going to be any different. And I'm not ready yet to say that they're going to be the team to beat in the division, but I think it's going to come down to them or San Diego. You know, in a division that I mean, I think it's going to be a great race. I really do. And no one had a winning record in that division last year. I mean,
Amazing.
3 8-8 teams and then a 7-9 team. So, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Peyton certainly makes that division very fun. But I like the Chargers. I've been saying that for a number of years. Eventually they're going to prove me right.
Well, that's the question I really had about them. As from a fan's point of view, you're kind of saying, oh, it feels like their window is like closing or almost closed. But you're saying maybe not. There's still a good bit of talent on that team.
Well, there's a lot of talent. Of course, they lose some players. You know, they lose Vincent Jackson, but they bring in a guy like Eddie Royal. They bring in Robert Meacham. I had a chance to spend a little time at their training camp this year. I like Phillip Rivers. I always have. And you know, last year was, you know, not a bad year for him. He just didn't have the type of season that I think we've all come to expect from him. And I really expect him this year to come out and play very, very well. And if he's able to do that, I believe they're going to have an outstanding season.
It's hard to know exactly what to make of the Kansas City Chiefs. They finished last year pretty well. Obviously, they fired Todd Haley in the middle of the season. Romeo Crennel comes in. You got Matt Castle at quarterback. Still seems like a question mark in my mind. What can you tell us? What's your feeling about them?
Well, I think it's an important year for Matt Castle. You know, they brought him in when Todd Haley was still the coach, and Scott Pioli, of course, had gotten there as general manager, and you know, high expectations. And the first year they did some good things, and you know, they were able to run the ball pretty well, and then they've struggled since. And I think that's going to be you know, really important for him to have a good year. But Kansas City's a great place to play. They got great fan support. I like them. I really kind of see that division as somewhat of a toss-up. You know, I mean, I mentioned the Broncos and the Chargers. I like them, but I think anyone who follows that division could look at Kansas City and see them doing, and then certainly Oakland and Carson Palmer getting his chance to go through a full off season, start the year off from the beginning as the starter. I mean, coming in the middle of the year, very difficult. Can they keep Darren McFadden healthy? Yeah. There's a lot of things to like there in Oakland. You know, I mean, you know, I think they've got probably a little more direction than they've had. I think they're probably making better choices with their personnel. So it's going to be a fun division to watch, and I'm excited about it.
So if I had to pin you down on a pick for this division, who would you pick? Well, I'm a little biased because of you know, Norv Turner and what I think of him and what I know of him as a coach. It's hard to bet against Peyton Manning, but I'm going to go with the San Diego Chargers. There you go. Troy likes San Diego in the AFC West. For Troy Aikman, I'm Tom Vandervoort. Thanks for watching.